Hey everyone, my name's MS and welcome to episode 69 of MS Minecraft Reboot. Oh boy, it's been a long time. It's been quite a while since I have actually talked at the I suppose it's not a camera, is it? It's my computer. It's been a while since I've talked at my computer recording a video of Minecraft. And that's because I took on this massive project. It was actually quite crazy. The last episode, I wanted to dedicate the last episode solely on the time lapse of this project. I know it was a short one because of that, but I think this project, I wanted to give this project its own little spotlight episode. So that's why we did a time lapse episode. But I thought today we could talk about what went into making this thing, and also what I want to do with the series going forward, or like my plans for the next so and so amount of episodes. So first off, I want to start by saying that I did not stop playing Minecraft, even though I stopped making videos. I started this project on the 10th of January and I finished it on the 6th of March. Biggest project I've ever done in Minecraft after playing this game for over 10 years now. This is definitely it. This is the biggest thing I've ever done in this game. It wasn't complex. I say it wasn't complex, but looking at this, it's I think, how did I know how to place the blocks? And the truth is, I used a website, and it's a bit of a death trap as well. It gets quite frustrating trying to work here. But I used a website. The website is a Map Art Craft from Rebane. I don't know if that's the name of the person that made the website or not. It's rebane2001.com is basically the website I used. What this website lets you do is it lets you upload a image file, and it converts it. First off, it gives you a material list of all of the materials you need to make the map that you want to make, and you can choose whether or not you want to do a 3D map or a 2D map. So a 2D map will be flat, like probably what you'd be used to seeing for a map of like this. It would be flat. Maybe you'd use carpets or wall blocks and I don't know, whatever blocks you need. But a 3D map means the blocks have to vary in the height levels, and the reason for this is the maps in this game use... I'm not going to be the best at explaining this, but I'm just going to try and simplify it. Different height levels mean that they'll get different shading effects on the pixels in the colors on the map. So it basically gives you more colors to work with in Minecraft, which if you're making a map of this much detail, you kind of have to do it. Because otherwise, I mean, you could still get away with not doing a 3D map, but it will not look nearly as good as the one we have in my hand right now. I want to talk about how many hours playtime it took me to actually place all of these blocks. And it took me just under 24 hours. It was pretty much 24 hours though of replay footage that I had. So 24 hours solid placing blocks. Now obviously I've done that over almost 2 months. I kind of limited myself when making this to 1 hour sessions. So I would do a 1 hour session. I aimed to do 1 hour session every day. I didn't quite do that, obviously, because otherwise it would have been done in 24 days. I took breaks, played a bit of TF2, Minecraft Dungeons, which is actually a really good game as well. But then there were other days where I'd do 2 hours in one day. So I'd do 2 separate 1 hour sessions in one day because I wanted to try and catch up. But yeah, I wasn't as fast and efficient working on this as I could have been. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And if you're wondering how many blocks was placed in making this thing, well, a map is 128 by 128. So just doing the quick maths there, it's roughly 16,000 blocks, but that does not include the stone blocks that I've had to use to scaffold up to place the blocks on top of. So I think it's fair that we can probably double that. So we're looking at just under 33,000 blocks placed to make this map. Obviously, yeah, it's quite big. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. But I know there is like a whole mapping community in this game where people have not just done one map, they've actually done like a 2x2 map where they've got like multiple, like this would just be a quarter. Get out of here. And they'd make a 2x2 painting basically, and it's crazy. It's so crazy that you can do this in Minecraft. I had no idea how good maps were when it came to making custom pictures. And I mean, I know you can just edit the texture of paintings in the game, but then it's not really, anyone else looking at it won't see what you'll see. So I'd rather have my own painting. Even though this is a single player world, this was still a project I really wanted to do as a tribute to Blue. If I've got any tips for anyone else thinking of doing something like this, the first tip to give you would be make sure you are making a map that you are motivated to make. So like, don't just make, I don't know, some meme that you've seen online. Obviously, if that is something that motivates you, then fine. But if I wanted to just do a 3D map as a little meme, I don't think I would have been motivated enough to spend 24 hours of my life making this. But obviously, other people have their own motives. But make sure it's something that you are motivated to do and will stay motivated to do, because it's a long project. The second thing is, on the website, the way I did this map was there's a button on the website that I used to view the map online, and it shows you where the blocks need to go. It shows you a map, and it shows you the Y level the block needs to be at, what block it needs to be, and I used that as a reference to where I should place the blocks. I had that constantly on my second screen, and I was just doing that. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend it at all, to be honest. There are mods out there, like Matica, for example, that you can export a schematic. I mean, you got to learn how to use the mod, but once you've learned how to use the mod, you can export a schematic of what you're building, and it will just display it in front of you transparently, and it shows you what blocks to place and where to place them. Now, that would have saved me so much time, because I wouldn't have to keep looking at my second screen, but it also lets you use the pick block. The pick block is where you use the middle mouse button to click on the block that you're looking at, and that would have saved me hours of inventory management. Definitely. I could have probably done this in roughly 20 hours with Litematica if I had to make a random guess, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this is crazy. Most people will usually just do 2D maps, and for the most part 2D maps you can get away with, but when you want to do like an IRL photo like this, I would definitely recommend putting the time in for a 3D map. But yeah, crazy project. Really happy that I've done this though. I'm gonna have this map now And obviously I've got 18 of them in my hand. You can duplicate them. I can put them around in my other bases. It's just going to be so cool. So cool. We've got like a tribute to Blue in our world, which to me was worth the 24 hours. And also, as with any grind project, my last tip is pace yourself. Don't just look at this thing. It's a mob trap. Don't just Jesus Christ. Don't just don't burn out. Don't spend so much time on this that you burn out, because you need to try with any grind project, turn the grind into something you enjoy. So what I did was, I mentioned I was doing 1 hour sessions. I'd put on a music playlist for those 1 hours, and that would be a 1 hour where I'd just give myself time to just shut off from the world, basically, and listen to music and just chill, basically. That's what it was for me. It was a zen moment. So I actually started to look forward to my 1 hour sessions on this map. So that's why it took so long. It's kind of strange now that it's done that I've lost that. So we'll have to, I don't know, I might end up making another map on a side project. I don't know. We'll think about it. But that being said, I do want to mention two things. Well, I want to talk about two more things, but before we do that, let's head back to the zombie cabin. Yeah. All right, so we're back at the zombie cabin, and it's so cool. It's so strange seeing something real in Minecraft. It's pretty cool. But this is basically the reason why we made the painting, was so that we could put it here in Blue's room. But I wanted to talk about the upcoming things that I want to do in this series, because whilst I was working on that map, I came up with all these ideas and things that I wanted to build. So I have a book here that has got some of the things that I want to do, but we need to repair something in our world. It's been broken for a while, and it's kind of sad, really. A long time ago, I made a to-do list. Now, this is our to-do list over here. It got struck by lightning, so it's gone. But we need to repair this thing. Need an oak block, but I don't have any ender chests. Damn. What happened to my ender chests? I used to have loads of them. My inventory's all screwed up, to be honest with you. Like, throughout all of the block managing and stuff while making that thing, I moved everything everywhere, and I somehow lost my Netherite Silk Touch axe. I don't know where it is. So I've been using my old diamond one, but I've no idea where that Netherite axe is. I've checked everywhere in my world. I can't find it. Like, maybe I just dropped it on the floor and it despawned, but I really don't think I would have done that. Like, but I don't know. I really don't know. But hopefully it turns up one day. But we want to repair this thing, so let's put the things there. Now, I'm sure we had torches on it. Let's just leave the torches there. So one thing survived, which is collect all the music discs, which we haven't done yet, but we will do that sometime soon. But I do have, and I'm going to need signs, so I don't know why I came here without signs. So let's craft up some. There we go. Alright, so this is the list of things that I've come up with that I want to do in this world. Ideally, before the 1.17 cave update. So the first thing that I want to go to the last thing first. Make Concrete Maker pretty. So in a couple episodes ago, we made this concrete maker, and you haven't seen this. I've built a building around this thing, and it looks awful. It's terrible, and I'm really ashamed of it. So the reason why I hadn't shown it on camera was because I'm ashamed. It's somewhat okay. Like there's some of it's all right, I guess, but it's just bad. It's just bad, and I kind of want to just tear it all down and try again, but I also really don't want to do that. I don't know, like when you, I don't know, I need to work on this at some point. But this is going to be the entrance to our concrete maker. Yeah, it needs a lot of work, guys. It needs a lot of work. Maybe my axe is here. Damn it, it's not. But if we go up, at least we have a water elevator. We have a water elevator now to go up to the concrete maker and make our concrete here. So it's all functional. It just looks like an eyesore in my world. And if I had known I was not going to do a good job at making it pretty, I probably would have done it underground. What is this hole here? Okay, we should probably add fill in the creeper holes to the list as well. But yeah, make the concrete maker pretty is one of the things I really want to do soon because it's such an eyesore on my world at the moment, and I want to do something about that. But we've also got Netherwood Farm. So Ray's work has a really good design on that I'm hoping to get into soon. So we're going to add that to the list. Actually, let's add make concrete maker pretty. Let's add that in. Netherwood Farm. We want that. Honey farm. We need a bee farm, like a proper bee farm, and we need that specifically for candles when they come out, because I'm pretty sure it's been mentioned already that we're gonna need the honeycomb to craft candles, and you know, it's a light source. You want that. Mob farm all. I want that. So what I mean by mob farm all is I want to be able to farm all of the general hostile mobs like skeletons, zombies, creepers, witches, spiders. I want to make a general mob farm. These zombies are going to be annoying. But I can't get rid of this guy. This guy's got the jack-o'-lantern, so he's actually a Halloween exclusive mob. Don't want to get rid of him. I can get rid of these ones, though, with the pumpkins, because I realised you can just use a dispenser to place them. But, yeah. Witch farm. That's a bit of a fun project. It's not something we need, but it's something I want. I'd say it's probably going to end up being low priority, but I'd like to have an AFK-able redstone farm. But, I mean, we do have the raid farm. Oh, we need to fix the raid farm. Fix raid farm. I'll explain why another time. Universal tree farm is another one. Ilmango has a really good design for this. It's a big project, but once we have that, we can farm wood way faster than we do now, and we'll be able to farm all of the wood. So yeah, I want that. Drowned farm. I want to talk about drowned farms as well, and I kind of want to do that in the next episode, so we might get round to that in episode 70. Oops. Ghast farm, pretty simple. Not much to say on that. Probably going to do that above our wither skeleton farm, above the bedrock. That being said, I also want to do bartering station. I want to do a large scale piglin bartering setup at our wither skeleton farm base as well. So we're going to add that to the list. See, I'm coming up with new things on the spot as well. Hoglin farm, we will be able to do that as well in the Nether. Notice how I've themed all the Nether things on the same, so at the same time. That's also going to be above our wither skeleton farm as well. So we do have a crimson biome there. But I think that's everything. Tell a lie, I actually do want to add on basalt generator to the list, because that's a nice looking block that we could do with. But as always, if you guys have got any suggestions on what we can do to fill the last 2 slots of the to-do list, be my guest. Always happy to get suggestions from people in the comments, because this is a Let's Play after all. But I am gonna roughly end the episode here, because I know this was a really talky episode and we didn't really do much, but hopefully people found it interesting about how the map was made, and if not, then you probably won't, you're not watching anymore. So that's fine. I really want to get the ball rolling on the drowned farm, and my reason for that simply is because that thing in the next update, in the cave update, drowned are going to drop copper, and as far as I understand, it's going to be the only way to collect copper AFK-ably. Now I could be wrong, and Mojang could always add new ways, but we also need a drowned farm anyway for tridents, because we have 1 trident in this world, and if I lose it, then I'll be sad. The tridents are good for getting the mob heads with the electric charged creepers, but yeah. What if I set this to do? Does this still collect honey bottles? That's fine. Give me the honey. But yeah, so we want drowned farm. What else do we need? Yeah, it's basically just for the. I want to be able to AFK farm copper, and I think that's pretty cool. So we're kind of like preparing for the update already. But that's going to be it from me today, guys. I am going to farm some bees so that we're ready for when we want to do the bee farm. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.